How's it going everybody, I'm Lewis and we've got the new demi-boss for the catacombs of Kourend, Skotizo, the Archaic demon from the Old School RuneScape team. So let's start off by checking out the beast beneath. Skotizo is an ancient demon that lay dormant for centuries, feasting on the intense power of the Dark Altar. As we can see, this demon looks amazing, really quite detailed, and it will fit into the catacombs environment. Something I'd love to see in a lot more of the creatures within the catacombs. To access Skotizo, you must use a dark totem on the altar at the centre of the catacombs. To create a dark totem, you must get pieces dropped by all the creatures in the catacombs. When you enter Skotizo's lair, the fight will begin immediately. So be careful of this, because it's an instanced area, meaning if you die you'll lose all of your items, and any items on the floor will be lost if you leave. So you really got to make sure you're prepared. It's suggested that you bring in Archaic, as demons are weak to it. And seeing as Skotizo is a demon, he will be weak to it. Once you kill Skotizo, if you don't have a hard clue, then you'll be guaranteed to get one as a drop. Alongside with that, there'll be a guaranteed ancient shard, and you'll have a 1 in 50 chance of getting an elite clue. Really making this boss a great way of getting clue scrolls. Luckily, the fact that you have to get and create a dark totem to even attempt to fight him means there isn't going to be a huge rush of hard and elite clues coming into game. It's just a nice alternative way of getting them. As well as clue scrolls and ancient shards, Skotizo has a generous drop table, which even includes a full dark totem, allowing you to go in straight away after you first killed him. I imagine this boss is going to be very lucrative, but actually kind of rather hard. Good luck if you're trying to kill it. I think it's going to be quite hard. If you find yourself struggling, don't worry, there are a few one-click teleports in the corner of the boss room to help you leave. However, because this boss is instanced, you won't be able to go back and kill him at the place you left off. In fact, if you want to try and go back, you're going to need another dark totem to unlock his room again. Next this week, we have the Midsummer 2016 event. Once again, the druids are having trouble. There are all sorts of evil spirits trying to harm nature. The Tavli druids are doing their best to protect it, however they're having a few problems. To help out and participate in the Midsummer event, go to Hotfix in Tavli. Over the following 2 weeks, the druids are going to need our help with daily challenges. If you do this, you'll gain some rewards, alongside with the old rewards from last year, and a new Midsummer helmet. Moving on to the Treasure Trail launch event. To celebrate the upcoming release of Treasure Trails, the Old School RuneScape team are running an event to test our clue solving skills. Over the next 4 weeks they'll be releasing 4 clues on the forums, which we can solve in-game to unlock a piece of cosmetic set. However, there aren't 4 pieces of this set, there are actually 5. After all 4 clues have been released, the information they provide can be combined into one incredibly challenging clue, to which you can get the 5th piece of the cosmetic set. The first player that will complete that incredibly challenging clue will actually be commemorated in-game forever, presumably with an NPC or a statue or something of the sort. Finally, in other news this week, the Archaic has been reworked to correctly account for all of your bonuses before applying its damage boost, making it much more effective against demons. The Archaic now has the Dark Light special attack, and Long and Curved Bones will now restore prayer points in the Kourend catacombs. They've corrected the description of the task in Mauritania Elite Diary to include the Redwood Pyres. They've fixed an issue where part of a boat in Keldegrim was floating above the rest. They've disabled the use of emotes whilst riding a sled. They've corrected some incorrect grammar when talking to Vermeldo. They've corrected some capitalization when attempting to wield Tsar weapons without the correct requirements. They've corrected some incorrect capitalization when smithing spears in Hastay. They've removed a floating post in the northeast Piscarillis area. They fixed an issue when attempting to pick a lock in the Yanil dungeon with both a pickaxe and a hair clip in your inventory. Ancient shards are no longer destroyed if dropped on death. They've removed the hyphen in the chop down op on juniper trees for consistency. They've corrected the grammar in in-game messages when catching implings with your bare hands. They've added gender specific text to dialogue during the Fremnik Isles quest. They've moved some drawers in a house in Tavli that were blocked by a bed. They've corrected the spelling of tattoo on a charter crew member's examine information. Beads now appear on Wizard Mizgog's table after completing Imp Catcher. They've corrected the grammar on the description of the Wizard's Tower Bridge. They've added punctuation to the examine information of Archaic Library bookcases. They've corrected the grammar on the pottery oven menu. Origami balloons can no longer be launched in the duel arena. They've filtered the game messages generated when finding damaged monkey tails when hunting maniacal monkeys. They've added pineapple pizza and Guthic's rest tea to the tournament world chests. They've corrected the punctuation on some of Captain Kane's dialogue. And they've moved some Dagannoth spawns in kourend catacombs to prevent them from wandering near the deviant spectres. Quite a few bug fixes there, and the rest of this week is pretty nice. We've got a cool demi boss for the new catacombs that really fits into the environment. The only issue I now have is that a lot of the creatures in the catacombs are just a copy paste from other dungeons and don't really fit into the dark warped aesthetic that the dungeon should offer. The midsummer event should be fun, and I think this treasure trail event should be a really nice way to launch the treasure trail expansion, which I hope will be great, assuming they've scrapped half of the cosmetics they've posted about, although I highly doubt that. If you want to discuss this update, please go on the forums or do so in my comments below. If you're interested in the Deadman Invitational, please click here for my video about all the information on that. And if you're interested in last week's update, please click here for the Catacombs of Kourend. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, step ups and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.